Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today I'm talking about the two stocks that I bought last week. I'm going to go through these two companies and the reasons why I bought them. A little bit more of a quick fire rather than a deep dive, but I do have a deep dive video on both of these stocks on the channel anyway. But yeah, I thought I'd just share that transparency so you know what I've been buying, what I've been selling. And these two UK stocks that I bought last week are very similar, and I've been buying them a lot recently, so I bet some of you guys on the comment section can probably guess which these two are going to be. But yeah, if you could hit the like button, that'd be absolutely amazing. If you do want to know when I am actually buying these companies and selling companies in real time, make sure I join the Patreon. Link is in the description. I post when I'm buying and selling in real time on there, as well as 2 exclusive videos a week at least. And also there's 600 members to talk to on a Discord every day about stocks as well. And I'm on there as well to talk to as well. That's where I'm most active on. As well as that, if you do want to start investing, there's some links to some brokers in the description, like Free Trade. You join through there, you also get a free share as well. But we'll get stuck onto these two stocks that I bought this week. So number one, the one that I'm buying a lot more heavier of, the one that potentially could come my biggest UK position. At the moment, obviously, it is S4 Capital if you keep up with the monthly updates, but Boohoo could potentially come my biggest UK position, depending on how long it stays at this sort of price range. If it stays at this price range for the next kind of couple of months, that will allow me to get this position to my biggest UK holding. If it kind of recovers and goes back up from here, then it probably won't happen, although I will get a good amount of share appreciation. For me, Boohoo is a long-term hold for 2 to 5 years, but without doubt that when Boohoo does have a recovery into probably that £2.50, £3 price range, there will be times where I do trim this position just to protect it, because it is a very volatile stock. But I will keep a decent chunk of position as a long-term hold for a 2 to 5 year hold, but it probably will come hopefully my biggest position, and then I will just trim lightly out of this just to protect myself from any volatility that does happen with this company. But yeah, I did buy Boohoo. I have been buying this one quite a bit at the moment, and as you can see, last week we did start touching the £1.79 range, as you can see here, which is actually when I started buying this company. Friday was actually not too bad. Thursday it actually started to put a little bit of a rally in, and then by Friday a pretty good day. So it went from about the 170 to the 180, nearly touching 190 range on the Friday. So a little bit of a bounce here. Don't want it to get too carried away, because I would like to buy a bit more, but we'll see what happens. If we do zoom out, you can see the run that it has been on recently since February. It's fallen off a cliff, as the other company has, and it's lost half its share price, and that's what I'm kind of taking advantage of. The overreaction of a company losing half its value in half a year, basically, when not much has really changed with the company. But as you can see, it is now back to pretty much nearly 2019 prices, 2018 prices. So yeah, there's pretty much nearly 2 years of share price appreciation wiped off the company. But you can see here these little it is a volatile stock, as you can see here. So that's why I'm kind of holding this for the long term, but there will be points where I do kind of trim out of this one a little bit. Looking at the company, you can see this is a very good company. When you look at that revenue growth, I mean, look at that revenue growth there. The revenue has nearly, basically 10x'd in the last kind of 5 years, which is fantastic. And you look at the profits side of it as well. The profit has done very good, and as well as that, they do heavily reinvest into the company as well, which you've got to take into consideration. But the profit has still been very good, and I think in the next kind of 5 years that they will carry on growing this revenue and carry on growing their earnings. And from a financial point of view as well, it's very healthy on a balance point of view. The recent drop became of earnings. They said here that basically they did very well from a financial point of view, but logistics were hurting them, and the cost of freight and logistics were really hurting into the profit. Because of that, the share price absolutely plummeted. And I looked at that and thinking, well, the problems with logistics and the problems with freight are basically something that will probably last over the course of the next couple of months, and then it will probably calm down after Christmas and come down in price. If it doesn't, we'll generally see pretty much every company raise the cost of their services to cover the cost of extra of the freight services and the extra cost of supply, really. So yeah, either way, I feel like this is a problem that will kind of sort itself out within probably the start of next year. And very much Boohoo as well have come out and said that's what they're thinking as well. So for me, something that's a bit of a short term that is only affecting the profit slightly, to see a company lose half its value off that, really, I think is a massive overreaction. So yeah, while I'm picking Boohoo up in this price range where it hasn't been for like the last 2 years, nearly at the CV lows, and a fantastic UK company, you know, a very good balance sheet. You've seen here that they've got revenue that has basically 10x'd over the last kind of 5 years, and going forward I think Boohoo will kind of grow in that 20-30% revenue rate as well, which is very strong, very good amounts of profit. You know, quite often when you talk about a company that grows at nearly 30% revenue rate, quite often a lot of them are unprofitable, and Boohoo is obviously profitable as well. So yeah, really liking this one at these hot prices. And number 2, a company that's very similar to Boohoo, Asos. So I have buying some more Asos. This is probably not going to be as big of a position for me. It's probably one of those middle-sized positions, something on the lines of a Hotel Chocolate, for example. Still a decent size, but not as big as a like a Boohoo, S4 Capital, Greggs, them sort of positions. It's going to be an average position size for me, but yeah, I am kind of buying 2 companies in the same sort of industry, which I don't normally like to do. I only like to buy one of them and buy the best one, but I look at both of these 2 and I feel like they're fantastic opportunities to be buying right now. And Asos is just very similar on the share price point of view. You look at it, and since February, boom, it's lost half its value, even nearly 60% of its value. And once again, I just look at this and think it's a bit of an overreaction. You know, one of the lowest valuation it has been at. And once again, you know, I don't want to buy too many companies in the same sort of industry, but I look at it and go, for a company like this to lose half its value within a couple of months period, I just think it's a massive overreaction on the share price. And basically the story for Asos is very much like the Boohoo point of view, is that they're still putting in very good amounts of growth, and it's going forward they still project very good amounts of growth. The problem is just, you know, the extra cost of supply chains. And once again, I think that this is kind of a short-term thing. The companies are performing excellent, and I think that will alter itself out. And when I look at that from a 2 to 5 year point of view, do I think that should be something that does really damage the share price as much as this? No. And yeah, basically the exact same thing of Asos is very similar to Boohoo. I think these are 2 very good opportunities to kind of buy a company that's lost half the share price and not much has changed. So these are the only 2 really UK stocks I am buying right now. I think both of these companies, you asked me, you know, March time, if these companies lost half the value, would you buy them? I would have said yes, so I am following through with that. Obviously, you look at Asos, it's been a little bit more tougher on the share price point of view than Boohoo. Boohoo put a little bit of a recovery on, whereas Asos keeps going down and down and down, and I am being very careful of that. I am kind of making sure I'm not catching a falling knife. I'm just kind of, okay, I've started my position, and over a period of 6 months, I will average into that, and I will probably get a really good average on that one. And I'm being a bit careful on that one just to be not go all in the first kind of couple of weeks and kind of build a position over a couple of months, because like I said, it could be a 6 month period of a bit of pain with a lot of these logistic problems, but I do believe by the time we get to summertime next year, we'll be moving in the right direction with these 2 companies. And yeah, obviously I do prefer Boohoo over Asos, and that's why Boohoo is a bigger position than Asos, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there are probably buying one of these companies. I know some of you guys prefer the Boohoo because it has the growth, and I know a few of you guys prefer Asos because it has a little bit less controversy around it as well. So yeah, those are the 2 stocks I bought last week, both UK stocks, both very similar, and both lost a lot of their share price over the last couple of months. And yeah, these at the moment are the 2 really interesting ones to me. So yeah, let me know what you bought in the comment section. I always like to hear what you guys have been buying as well. I like to have a look through and some of the companies as well. So yeah, let me know. Hope the video was useful. If it was, hit the like button, and I will see you on the next video.